It's been 2 days since the Super Bowl. I still don't know who won it. Don't really care who won it. I've never been a sports fan. If you are, that's okay. Nothing against you. But I know there's churches that let out for the Super Bowl. There are churches that canceled services for the Super Bowl. There are churches that gathered and watched the Super Bowl instead of preaching about God. I know these things have happened. I know that there's been a lot of talk about the halftime shows. There's this picture that I've seen on Facebook showing Taylor Swift throwing back drink after drink after drink. And this is someone that lots of young girls look up to, and they want to emulate Taylor Swift, just like a lot of people want to emulate other celebrities. And she's got this satanic friend of hers right beside her. She's America's sweetheart, and she's got this Satan-worshiping friend that's throwing up satanic symbols, and people are just praising her name. Whose name should we be praising, though? Not Taylor Swift's, not Jim Carrey's, or Joe Biden's, or Tom Cruise's, or any other celebrity you may want to name, nor any of these mega church pastors. In fact, that's where I really have the big issue with. It's with these mega church pastors. They had this thing called the Super Bowl of preaching that happened this weekend. I've never heard of it before. Apparently, there's pastors that gather and they compete to see who can do the best job preaching. And we'll just watch the clip. There's just not good enough words.
In each quarter, preachers will be given a random phrase that they must effectively work into their message.
And my understanding is these are completely random. They have never seen them before, seriously.
Okay, Christians, I know this is probably a no-brainer, but as Christians, we should be very careful what we agree to do. We shouldn't agree to do something not knowing what we're agreeing to.
Well, hey, folks, time to meet our players. Let's head down to the field for today's starting lineups.
The myth, the legend, Brian Cole.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming for you. Glory, show my sight tonight.
Let's hear it for Team Mingo.
This looks like a secular concert or something. This reminds me of the days back when I used to watch the WWE and the intros that the wrestlers would have. The music doesn't sound godly at all. All of this reeks of the world. There is nothing godly about any of this, and it's very easy to see. Your spirit, if you're a true Christian, is screaming at you. This is not of God.
No, we'll just call it when it lands. Call it in the air.
Tails, what I be kicking.
Yeah, let's just go with tails. Would you like to kick or receive the Bible?
When these people were told, hey, you're going to have to kick a Bible, that's when the preacher should have said, you know what? No, that's the word of God. I respect it. I love it. I'm not going to do it.
I will receive.
Tome wins the toss, chooses to receive the Bible. Patterson back with the kick. Oh my goodness! Is that a touchback? Can you even get a touchback?
First time in 18 years there's a touchback for the kickoff.
So you see that clip and what they did. Now listen to what God says about his word. In chapter 138 of Psalms, verse 2, it says, I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness and for thy truth. Now listen to this part. For thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. God has magnified his word. Give me just a second. He has magnified his word, the Holy Bible, above all his name. He has so many names. El Shaddai, Jehovah, Jehovah Jireh. There's just so many. Yahweh. He has so many names. Prince of Peace, Wonderful, Counselor, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Emmanuel. So many names. The Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So many names. And yet he says he magnifies his word above all his name. Think about that. And then what does these preachers do? In order to get people to watch them, they create a spectacle by kicking the word of God. That makes me so angry. These aren't ministers. They don't care about your soul. They don't care about the gospel. They care about getting views. They care about getting people to attend their churches. They care about your money. They don't care if you end up in hell. It doesn't matter to them. Because if they will disgrace the word of God, who God has magnified above all his name, then how could they care about anything else? A true Christian cherishes the word of God. I ain't got nothing more to say.